Hello friends, welcome to Movie Mate. Today, let us do the comparison between the OnePlus 6, the Asus Zenfone 5Z and the POCO F1. Which one should you buy? Let us find out the answer for this question on the show today. So, I'll not be talking about the specifications as well as the pros and cons of these phones. I will only talk about the points that you have to remember before buying the phone. So now, let's get started. These three phones comes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 processor, which is an octa-core processor by Qualcomm. Coming to the build quality of the phones, both the OnePlus 6 and the Asus Zenfone 5Z have a clear edge when compared to the POCO F1, as the POCO F1 comes with a polycarbonate back. But coming to the specification and features offered, these three phones give a neck to each other. A slight advantage for the POCO F1 is its price, and even POCO F1 comes with a liquid cooling at 21,000 rupees price point, which has to be appreciated. But there are some negatives in POCO F1. The build quality is very average and it is made up of polycarbonate, as I have said earlier, and the high-end variant comes with the Kevlar armored edition, which doesn't look very good. So now, the POCO F1 comes with a Sony IMX363 sensor for the primary camera, but even though sometimes in certain lighting conditions you can observe a yellow shade in the pictures that you take. Now, coming to the Asus Zenfone 5Z, this is an overall complete package of a flagship killer. This phone comes with a 120-degree wide-angle lens, which is a secondary camera, and the primary camera with 12-megapixel Sony IMX363 sensor. This phone is priced very aggressively, and this has a great build quality, which is as good as the OnePlus 6. Even there are many software updates for the camera, as the camera in the Asus Zenfone 5Z initially was not so good, and Asus have fixed many bugs and other issues regarding the camera with a software update, which has improved the overall performance of this phone. Now, let us talk about the OnePlus 6. The OnePlus 6 is priced at rupees 34,999, which is the true killer flagship, which comes with a 16MP plus 20MP rear camera and a 16MP front camera. Unlike the POCO F1 and the Asus Zenfone 5Z, this phone employs the optical image stabilization, which is a good point. This phone comes with the Oxygen OS, which is very fluid to use and which is very closer to the stock Android experience than compared to the other phones like Asus Zenfone 5Z and the POCO F1. The POCO F1 comes with the MIUI, which is not the best in class, and even the Asus Zenfone 5Z comes with Zen UI, which has more bloatware. And if you see the UI that is used in the OnePlus 6, it is the Oxygen OS, which is much closer to the stock Android, only with slight additions by the OnePlus. And this phone is also, among these three phones, is the OnePlus 6. If you use these three devices, you can find out the difference and the capabilities of the OnePlus, which are far more better than these two devices. So now, coming to the final verdict, let us give the ratings to these three phones for the value for money, camera and the performance. Let us rate it from 1 to 10. So now, coming to the value for money, OnePlus is rated at 9, the Asus Zenfone 5Z as well as the POCO F1 is rated at 10. Coming to the camera, the POCO F1 camera lags behind, that is at 7. The Asus Zenfone 5Z comes the highest, that is at 9, and the OnePlus 6 is rated at 8. Coming to the performance, these three phones are equal in the performance, as these three phones comes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 processor, which is the best in class processor by Qualcomm and in the Android segment. That is, these three phones perform well and they get the 10 on 10 score. So, coming to the overall package, in my frank opinion, my personal pick is the Asus Zenfone 5Z, as it covers most of the disadvantages of the POCO F1 and also performs equally to the OnePlus 6. So, thanks for watching and Hope to see you in my next video. Take care.